Welcome to the Python Masterclass 2026. In this video, we are going to demystify one of Python's most powerful, yet often misunderstood features, decorators. By the end of this tutorial, you will understand how to enhance your functions without cluttering your code. So, what exactly is a decorator? Think of it like a gift wrapper. You have an object, which is your original function. A decorator takes that function, wraps it in a layer of new functionality, and returns a new, enhanced version. It allows you to modify how a function behaves without actually changing the code inside the function itself. Before we dive into the syntax, we need to remember a key concept. Functions in Python are first-class citizens. This simply means you can treat them just like any other variable. You can assign them to variables, pass them as arguments to other functions, and even return them from functions. This flexibility is the foundation of how decorators work. You have likely seen this symbol before. The @ symbol. This is what we call Py syntax. To apply a decorator, you simply place the decorator's name, preceded by the @ symbol, directly above the function definition. It is clean, readable, and tells Python to apply a transformation to the function below it. But what is happening under the hood? The @ syntax is just syntactic sugar. It is a shortcut. When you write at uppercase above a function named greet, Python is actually doing this. It takes the greet function, passes it into the uppercase function, and assigns the result back to the name greet. It is effectively reassigning the variable name. Let's look at the structure. A standard decorator is a function that takes a function as input. Inside, it defines a wrapper function. This wrapper creates a sandwich around the original call. It can run code before the original function, then call the original function, and finally run code after it. The decorator then returns this wrapper function to replace the original. Let's see a concrete example. Here we have a decorator called Be Polite. Our original function just asks for coffee bluntly, but when we decorate it, the wrapper function takes over. It prints "excuse me," calls the original function, and then prints "please" and "thank you." The result is a much more polite interaction without changing the original function's code. But what if your function takes arguments, like a name or a number? The wrapper function needs to accept them too. The best practice is to use *args and *Kwargs. These special parameters allow your wrapper to accept any number of positional and keyword arguments and pass them blindly to the original function, ensuring nothing gets lost. Here is a common mistake beginners make. If your original function calculates and returns a value, your wrapper must capture that value and return it as well. If you forget to return the result from the wrapper, your decorated function will return none, effectively deleting the result of your calculation. One of the most common real-world uses for decorators is logging or timing. Here is a timer decorator. It records the current time before running the function and the time after it finishes. It then prints the difference. This is incredibly useful for finding slow parts of your code without adding timer logic to every single function. To recap, decorators are a powerful way to wrap functions and extend their behavior. The @ symbol is just a shortcut for passing a function into another function. Remember to use Args and Kwargs to handle arguments, and always ensure your wrapper returns the result of the original function. You are now ready to write cleaner, more efficient Python code.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.